Big John, Pete Dog, Josh, how you doing? All right, we got ourselves loaded with these two generators. Fortunately, they did not come with the trailers they were sitting on, so that's a good thing. So we're heading back out here. We're on I-90 now. We're heading out here first to the TA Petro out here at Seattle East, here in North Bend, Washington, right next to Snoqualmie. So, we are now on our way. We got about almost 1,300 miles to Fort Collins, Colorado, to deliver this, excuse me, deliver this 85G John Deere excavator. And then we have another like 920 miles from there to Peoria, Illinois, approximately. So I have a question. And I don't care who gives me an answer, I really don't. But I do have a question. I guess it's more rhetorical than anything else, but whatever. Why is it that some people, without having any knowledge of what they're going to reply to, feel it perfectly okay to spew out things out of their mouths without knowing what they're talking about? Now, I am talking about a specific thing right now, but in general, what is it that motivates some people to voice an opinion that was A, unwarranted, B, unsolicited? If there's something going on and you have a problem with me or something involving me that is a private matter, you're on Facebook, I'm on Facebook, send me a private message saying, hey, can I talk to you? Here's my email. Can I talk to you? I have a concern. But you don't just go sitting it out there in public, making false accusations especially, but you don't do private stuff in public. But what is it that allows somebody to do that? I don't get it. I don't talk about other people, their private lives. Or on Instagram or on YouTube, I don't talk about their private lives in that way. I'll make a comment on the video. I'll say, hey, great, hey, I did this, I saw that, hey, blah, 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 blah. Real general. My mood has been ruined because some people seem to think that they are so much better than other people. I'm not. They aren't. Nobody is. But for some reason, which I guess that kind of attitude and that kind of discourse is alien to me. When I don't know something and somebody asks me to comment on it, I say I don't know, but here's my opinion. But that's not about anything personal, not about anything private. If you have a genuine concern about somebody, you don't put it out there for other people to have misconstrued ideas. But some people seem to not have that filter of courtesy. Hello, Sister Lynn. How is Hermiston today? Good to see you. Thank you very much. And I'm sure Sister Lynn, especially here, because I know a little bit about her view on this. Well, morality-wise. You know, Proverbs 18. You know, 18:2. Talks about the foolish don't care. I'm paraphrasing it because I don't remember it exactly right at the moment. But the foolish don't care about the truth. They only care about the aggrandizement of their own lives. That I know that's not correct, but basically, a fool loves the sound of their own voice. And they will do anything to hear their own voice and say what they want. Now, I know it's not, I didn't quote it correctly, so please forgive me on that. I don't have my Bible in front of me. But Proverbs 18:2. And most all of Proverbs is the difference between the wise person and the fool, the truthful person and the liar, the good person and the evil person. You know, so I have to wonder, what is their motivation for saying things that they don't know what they're talking about, and instead of actually coming to me directly and saying, hey, what, I see this, I have a concern, what's going on with this? You know, I'm an open human being, I'm an open person. If I felt that it was any of their business and I felt like answering them, more than what I put out there on Facebook or on YouTube or Instagram or anything else, I would say thank you for your concern. And A, it's none of your business. B, if I want to answer them, I would tell them what's going on. The what, why, and wherefore. But, unfortunately, I mean, like I just posted on Facebook a few moments ago, I'd rather be thought the fool than open my mouth and prove it. Unfortunately, others, I think I said shame that others are willing to prove themselves to be fools. Because they don't know what they're talking about. And the fact they put stuff out on the internet onto a post of mine, making accusations they shouldn't be making, I have a real problem with that. I'm not a perfect human being, but I don't do that. I don't treat other people with discourtesy. I don't treat other people without civility, without kindness, without decency, with basic morality. Notice I did not say respect. There is nobody on earth that I will give respect to until they have earned it. Nobody. Respect is too much an important thing. Civility, you give that to everybody you meet. Courtesy, you give that to everybody. Kindness, decency, morality, you give that to everybody. Respect, love, loyalty. Those three things you do not give until they absolutely earned it and they deserve it. And when people do things like I'm talking about, they don't deserve respect because they are not earning it. You know, it's those old expressions. There's several that go along the same lines. One, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. That's one. Two, you may smell roses, but don't think that your blank don't stink. I'm far from a perfect man. Far from it. But there is no such thing as a perfect man in this world. And there's very few human beings who even approached perfection as a human being. And there ain't nobody alive today that's anywhere near that. Now I know I'm venting here, I'm letting off a bit of steam about it, but maybe, just maybe, some of those involved will actually hear these words and understand my meaning. If you are generally worried about me as a human being, talk to me. Don't throw it out there, making accusations that are not warranted. You know, I will forgive if they ask forgiveness. But it's not a uncommon thing for a couple of these people to have had, in my mind, questionable attitudes when it comes they've taken offense to a slight that was never given. Their sense of perception for themselves is overinflated, and towards other people are also erroneously made. So I've always been a man that tried to be better than I was the day before. And part of that was not opening my mouth and talking about other people. Now, I will talk about other people in the context of something they have actually done. I don't give out names, I don't give out places, I don't give out, anything personal of theirs, no matter what I think of them personally. I guess I just want a bit of civility, a bit of courtesy, a bit of decency, of morality. If you don't know what you're talking about, keep your mouth shut. I.e., I'd rather keep my mouth shut and be thought a fool than open my mouth and prove it. And some people love to prove how much of a fool they are. But that's, I just cannot abide that way of being as a human being and as a man. And more to the point, I'm not going to tolerate it. You want to put yourself out there in that manner, I will bring it back to you to correct you. I'm doing you a favor by correcting your stupidity, your foolishness, so that you don't do it in the future. I'm not going to do it with anger. I'm not going to do it with hatred. I'm not going to do it with ire. I'm not going to do it with spite. Any way that's negative, I'm not going to do it. It may come across that way, but guarantee this, I'm going to do it with an eye to actually correcting your erroneous thoughts so that you will not do that again, and so the people around you whom you love and that love you won't think you an idiot as well. I guess I think maybe I'm a naive man. Maybe I am just too naive to understand the wider world, and these people are smarter than I am. That could very well be the case. They are smarter than I am. They know more than I do. That's a possibility. I don't know everything. I've not lived every kind of life ever. My wisdom that I've accrued over years may not be perfect. But I'm not going to speak out of turn. I'm not going to put out there things that I know are not true, or that I don't know that are true. It's not worth my honor to do that. Maybe other people either don't have a sense of honor or just don't care, because they've gotten away with stuff like that their entire lives. That could very well be the case. You know, it's like, you know, that's my view. I mean, I know it's a rant. I know it sounds angry, but I think I have a certain level of righteous indignation when it comes to somebody doing something they ought not have been doing. And I will take it personally. When you make it personal, I will take it personally, and woe be to you when I put it back into your face. I will protect myself. I'll protect the ones I love, my family. And if that becomes a problem for other people, I think they need to check themselves on what's right and what's wrong before they start doing things that are going to cause a problem. All right, enough of that nonsense. Well, it's not nonsense, but I've got it out of my system, at least how I want to get it out. You know, one, to get it off of my chest, but two, to put a little bit of caution out for other people to understand me. And I think that's reasonable. I think that's not much to ask of other people. If you don't know what you're talking about, keep your opinions to yourself. If you have a genuine need to know something, send me a private message. I'll answer you. I will let you know one way or another. If it's A, it's any of your damn business. You know, two, if I feel like I need to tell you enough, I will. And three, I will tell you as much as I deem necessary. And if I do post something on Facebook that you don't agree with, I put something on YouTube you don't agree with, act like an adult and speak to me as an adult should. But number one, don't think I'm going to value your opinion at all. I don't value opinion from anybody. My wife, my sister, my grandfather. I did not value my grandfather's opinion. And I love my grandfather like nobody else on earth, like almost anybody else on earth. I valued his judgment. Opinion is worthless. Opinion is nothing. I don't care if you like the color blue. I don't care if you like the taste of watermelon. I don't care if you think cigarette smoke is a fantastic thing. I don't care what your opinion is. But I will always value judgment, because judgment requires knowledge. Judgment requires thought. Judgment requires a bit of wisdom. Judgment requires that you actually use your brain. Opinion requires none of that. And too many people are willing to give their opinion without any consideration for the truth, the facts, reality. You know, whether or not they're going to act like a man or a woman, they're going to act like an adult, they're going to act with decency and morality. Your opinion has no bearing on any of that stuff. It doesn't require any of that stuff. Truth. Actually being able to think. Reality. Facts. Honor. That's what judgment requires. That's why I value judgment, and I don't give a crap about opinion. And unfortunately, nowadays, that's all that's out there. Opinion. You know, you don't go to court and sit in front of an opinionator. You sit in front of a judge. There's a reason why the word has a specific a certain definition. Because it means something. You judge. You look at the facts. You look at reality. You don't put your opinion out there. You don't render opinions. You have opinions. They affect you and you alone. You render, and if you know what the word render means, you boil down the truth and the facts to come to a proper judgment. But my whole spiel here is about people not using judgment, using opinion, and they're trying to make it seem like they know what they're talking about. And I have a problem with that. Nobody's opinion ever did a damn thing for anybody else. Never in all the human history has opinion done anything for anybody that was positive. There are people in the world who are allergic to certain types of food. They cannot eat those certain types of food because they will have an allergic reaction and become ill. They will become injured by it. So the judgment is they should not eat that particular type of food. Easy to understand. Now, some of those people who know that it's bad for them, that it will cause them a problem, still may have the opinion that they like that food. Their opinion does nothing for them. The facts are different. So, back to basically what I was saying, I wish people, before they start saying things and putting things out there, would actually start using their brain and using facts. And only when they absolutely know those facts to be true. All right, what do we got here? All right, well, like I said, I've made my rant, and hopefully this gets through to somebody who needs to understand how to act, how to treat other people. Simple as that. All right, so we are at Seattle East at the TA. This is North Bend, Washington. We're going to inspect our load. We're going to make sure all of our chains and binders and straps, everything is good. None of the load hasn't shifted or moved. And then we are going to, let's see here. Well, we got a little over an hour, about an hour and 15 minutes to get up and over Snoqualmie, over to Ellensburg. It is 12:30 right now, so we'll get there by 1 o'clock. Let's see here. So we're going to see how far down the road we can get today. Let's see here. Add a stop. Let's see here. Prosser, 125 miles. Let's see what that says. That's 150 miles to Prosser. Delete that one. Let's see what's beyond that. We can do easily another 300 miles today. Add a stop. Travel center. Yep. La Grande, Oregon is 300 miles. All right, so we'll set that as our tentative place to stop. All right, so we're going to go to Prosser, Washington, and then we are going to go to LeGrand, Oregon for the night. Tomorrow, well, see, what does that leave us? That'll leave us with 919 miles, so that's a full day and a half to Fort Collins, Colorado. And then another 910 miles to Peoria, Illinois. So 2,127 miles plus on-ramps, off-ramps, whatnot. So basically 2,150, 2,160 miles to go. We're going down, we're going to get here to Ellensburg. We're going to take 82 down through the northeast corner of Idaho, of Oregon. Like I said, we're going to get to LeGrand today. Should not be a problem. And then Idaho, Utah, Wyoming, Colorado, Nebraska, Iowa, Illinois. That is the path we are taking. So 82 down to, what was that, 84? Down to I-15. A little bit of back roading, I-80. I-25. A little bit of back roading. Then to I-76, I-80, I-74. Bing, bang, boom. Nice and easy across the country. So we are good to go. We got two. Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the load here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the old load, as it were. All right. And no, I will not be on camera till my mustache grows back. So we got two generators. 1, 2, and these are, that's the model number, APS 150s. So we got two of these. So we got one in the front hanging over here a little bit. Hanging a little bit on the back side as well. We got a little bit of a gap here, so they're not going to move. I'm going to change this one here. I'm going to move this one around, pulling to the front like I have that one. Wasn't thinking, so I got to move this one facing this one. So facing the same way that one. Now I'm just going to the front. I want to make sure this one's come to the front as well. So we're going to change that one real quick. I wasn't thinking about it because I was thinking, you know, pulling to the back, pulling to the front. That one needs to go to the front because that one's pulling to the back. So we got to make sure they're even. So here we got our John Deere 85G. You can see the boom arm is right there, you know, very little gap there. Got that strapped down, chained down, blah, blah, blah. And like this is why we stop, to tighten this stuff up. Yeah. Because we don't want it falling off. There we go, that was tight. But vibration will cause all this stuff to loosen up a little bit, so. There we go. There we go. See that? Precisely why we stop. So I'm going to tighten this stuff up. I'm going to change that other one. Tight, tight.